He hurried to the company, but what shocked Naomi even more was that he actually flaunted his raise in the company group, like a twisted raise ad. He labeled others losers, publicly criticized the company on Weibo, accusing the boss of cutting corners. Naomi rushed to the office anxiously. Subtitles. He desperately tried to explain that his phone had been hacked, but absolutely no one was willing to believe him. Why didn't you tell me you took my salary? You might as well get beaten to death by others. You don't believe me? If you did, things would be totally different, boss. You want me back here? They'll catch the culprit myself. They'll catch the bad guy and hand all this over, but it's all a guy's masterpiece. After witnessing Neme getting kicked out, the plot thickens. He crossed out the boss name in his notes, aiming to isolate Naomi by removing all his close ones. Later, his friend took him to the police, but the police refused to register the case due to lack of evidence. But boss, we're here to find evidence. That's how you catch a bad guy. So, you need evidence of the hack to take the case. Naomi was so mad, he practically stormed out. He remembered a classmate at the tech firm, yet Naomi's every move was controlled by the man. Soon, he intercepted a help message posed as a classmate, and after his fake act, admitted the phone was bugged. But this can't be evidence for filing a case or prove it's not Naomi's act. Yet, the man called Naomi out alone as he left. He inquired whether Naomi had recently been cohabiting with someone under the guise of wanting to assist in capturing the criminal, but in reality, he was attempting to shift the suspicion onto her best friend. As expected, those words successfully sowed the seed of doubt in Naomi's mind. Finally, he confronted his best friend, leaving her heartbroken. She never expected Naomi to doubt her, so she angrily took the blame. Seeing his best friend leave in tears, the man knew his moment had come. At night, Naomi recalled those happy memories but couldn't forgive her. Furious, he smashed his phone. Staring at the broken screen, he realized a serious problem. Meanwhile, Aldew visited all the victims' families, but what surprised him was that all the victims had lost their phones just days before they died, and they all retrieved them from the same repair shop. Talk about suspicious. So he raced over, but the place was long deserted. Luckily, he still found all the phones. His partner suggested they report to the Bureau protecting the next victim is key, but Aldew was totally oblivious, focused only on finding his son. Just then, his partner insisted they should report to the protecting the next victim is crucial, yet Aldew cared not, focused on finding his son. At that moment, Neme arrived with the police, and when he saw the name on the business license, he realized the shop owner was actually the same guy. Feeling totally played, angry, Neme called the shop owner with Aldew's phone, urging immediate bureau report. Protect the next victim. But Aldew didn't care at all, only wanting to find his son. At that moment, he realized he was being played like a In anger, Neme reported the man using Aldew's phone, only to be told he didn't exist. But when Aldew found out the girl was the next target, she concealed her murder from Neme, using her to lure Junrom. Neme thought him a peeping Tom, now utterly alone. She agreed to Aldew's plan. Fortunately, her phone was broken and off, so nothing could harm her. Later, urged by Aldew, Neme proactively messaged the man, inviting him over to check her computer. He thought he finally had the chance and even dressed to impress. However, upon arriving at Neme's, Aldew, eager for his son, gave himself away. The man noticed via screen and left hastily. In a state of panic, Aldew shouted out his son's name, exclaiming, "Come back, Jinang. I'm not the kind of person you think I am." Realizing the man wasn't Jinlu, Aldew released him. Soon, Neme got a text saying he'd come in 2 days due to a sudden matter. To evade more monitoring, Neme switched her phone. Suddenly, Aldew got a call from the chief. They found out the killer was Junlu and ordered her to return for questioning, but Aldew was worried about Neme being alone, so he sent her to her dad's place. Little did they know, they sent Neme to hell. Seeing Dad asleep, she went to her room. But as she lay down, she received a message from the man. He had sneaked into her home days before, installing a virus on her phone. Then, he made her call herself. At the moment she dialed, the phone rang from right above her dad's bedroom. She gasped in shock. Panicking, she rushed upstairs to find a pillow under the blanket. Then, hearing footsteps, she locked the door and tried to contact Aldew. But just as she was dialing, the phone deleted the number itself. In a panic, Neme thought about jumping out the window, but then she heard her dad's voice outside. She braved going outside, finding only her dad's recording. Then, the man rose slowly from behind the sofa, and Nan May prepared to question him on her dad's whereabouts. But the man, smug, took out his phone, gazing at her dying father. Nan May gave in, her phone confiscated. For the sake of his own twisted pleasure. Subtitles. He actually established the game rules for Nan May, who then picked up a weapon and crouched down by the door. Suddenly, she heard strange noises from inside. Peeking through the crack, she discovered her dad was right there. "You're awake, Dad. You're awake. You're awake. You're awake. You're awake. You're awake. You're awake. Wake up now, wake up. You're awake now. You're awake now. You're awake. Wake up quickly, wake up. You're awake, Dad. Please get up and come down from there." Clearly, the man was a step ahead of her. Seeing the quiet around her father's neck, Nan May conceded again onto the man's demand. She taped her feet together. "Now turn over, legs straight, hands down." Seeing her hesitate, the man opened the cage and let the water creep up on her father's neck, making Nan May cry as she felt utterly. Finally, the man ceased his actions. "I've given you over a dozen chances.